right center. That ball is gone into Monument Park.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the 12th episode of the Monument Park podcast. I'm Cole Weintraub. That's Luke Pravacci, and I think it's gotten to the point where we've completely written off the season. Currently, the Bronx Bombers are 10.5 games out of first place and 5.5 games out of the second wild card. There are really zero positives when you're talking about the New York Yankees. I'm in complete shock. I realize this team is so poorly constructed, is very poorly constructed, but they shouldn't be in the position that they are in. So it's just a disaster over here in the Bronx. Luke, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, this season's done. I'm turning my focus to how they can retool it and move money around and get it ready so we can contend next year. But even that's looking a little bit dire. We're tied up in so many places. I'm interested to see how they handle this deadline and offseason. It'll be very – I've never seen a situation like this before with the Yankees, so I wonder how they'll handle it.
I mean, yeah, that 2016 year, you knew things were going to go out the door. You knew there were expiring contracts. You knew they had trade pieces. They were going to move them around. We had guys in the bullpen that we didn't necessarily need, so we went and got reinforcements for the future. Ended up helping us, but, I mean, some of the reinforcements aren't panning out right now. But, yeah, I mean, this team has a lot of talent, top to bottom, and it's really, annoying for a fan to watch them every day, know what they have, and for it to just act like they have no one. Like they literally play like they have a bunch of bums, and they don't. So I don't know. I feel like the guys that were on our trade target path, the guy that we were gonna move, they're all sort of plummeting right before the deadline. Cough cough, Aroldis Chapman. Cough cough, Clint Frazier's vertigo. So yeah,
Gleyber Torres too.
Gleyber Torres.
He's gonna go into the All-Star break with like 3 home runs.
Yeah.
2 years ago he had 38.
Yep, and he hit 3 last year. So he's just on a great track. His power is off the charts. It stinks. I'm clearly not, and I'm enjoying life right now. In Hilton Head, I'm not worrying about the Yankees. I'm trying to just keep it very low profile with the Yankees. Didn't even watch the first Mets game. Just knew we were gonna lose. I watched part of the first Mets game. The second game, I had a feeling we were gonna, lose at the end. But yeah, I'm just enjoying. No microphone. The sound quality might not be as good, but we're just gonna roll with it. So we're gonna begin with the Angels series. First game of the series. I was actually at this game, and it looked like we had Dylan Bundy on the ropes. And he decided to blow chunks, which stunk because, you saw that you knew going in that the Yankees were good against Dylan Bundy in the past. He pitched for the Orioles. No Orioles pitcher is good against the Yankees. Let's be real. So he goes out to LA, and we scored 2 runs in the first 2 innings, and he just throws up. So they got to pull him. And they bring in the 23-year-old left-handed reliever, Jose Suarez, who is 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. I told my dad this is going to be a miracle in disguise for the Angels. And, I mean, he just dominated us. We had a Stanton home run, but it was too little too late.
It wasn't
coming back. So, I mean, that was enough with that game. I mean, there is nothing really to say. Like, it looked like we had a good chance at winning early because of who was pitching. And then some guy that we've never seen before, to my knowledge at least, comes in, and it's just typical Yankees. Typical, we can't hit him because we have no idea what he's got in the tank. So, just very angering, and moving on. Take game 2.
Yeah, I mean, game 2, it was coming off that with Suarez doing what he did. It was I wasn't looking forward to watching this game. But, I mean, we jumped on them from the jump, and it felt like I was watching a game where it's like I should be seeing this team do this 2 or 3 times a week. And this is honestly the first time I've seen them do it. and it was against really bad pitchers. Like Andrew Heaney and Jose Quintana just aren't very good at baseball anymore. Especially Quintana. He used to be solid, now not good. And yeah, we jumped on him, but when you're an all-righty team and they pitch two lefties, you're going to jump on them. That's how it works. So when they won that, it didn't really move the needle for anybody. I could see on Twitter too, because the offense did wake up and have a day, but you could tell it wasn't something that's going to translate, but it kind of did in Shohei, when Shohei took the bump in game 3, because we jumped on him. We knocked him out in the first inning. He couldn't find the zone, and we capitalized when we needed to with 2 outs and runners on base. And then it rained, and then we played again, and then it rained again. And then Gardner made it 8-4, and then Chapman took the bump in the 9th, and then our season ended.
I'm pretty sure it ended when we got swept by the Tigers, but that was the nail in the coffin.
No, that was like in the movies where the criminal, everyone's around him with guns,
like Thanos,
and he's just sitting there. Like, that's literally what it was. It was just, you knew it was over, and there's nothing you could do.
I mean, yeah, we were on the phone soon after the Jared Walsh. He went to Jared grand slam. I mean, terrible. Can we speak? I didn't mention when I was there. In the first inning of the game that I went to, Shohei Ohtani hit the hardest ball that I've ever seen. The ball literally got out in like 0.5 seconds. Just ridiculous. If you heard Matt Vasgersian's home run, I think Ohtani took us deep 3 times. If you heard Vasgersian's home run calls for Ohtani, I mean, they were very, very enthusiastic. Like,
oh, I bet.
Bring that high up and in fastball and get off me. Like, throw that to me. This guy's a stud.
Oh my God.
Natty V having a day, but I mean, yeah, that was just the most brutal loss with all the rain, like how they don't call it early. Like, call the game. Like, it was after 5, we would have won. And then they bring it out of the rain delay, and I knew something was up. And then we get that Gardner of all people gives us an.
They had 9 double plays after that second rain delay. Every single inning after that rain delay, there was a double play.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, it just, I don't know. I really don't. There's not. Just pound the ball into the ground. They just pound the ball into the ground with the runners in. When the double plays in order. You've seen it all year. Just hit a fly ball. Run around third, less than 2 outs, just hit a fly ball. What are you doing? Like,
someone who recently hit a fly ball for a run in his first at bat with the Yankees, Tim LeCastro, who we
sack fly.
Let's go. Productive outs. Went out and traded for him. Gave up a left-handed reliever, a right-handed reliever. From the minors. Hopefully it's not Garrett Whitlock.
I was just say, there we go again.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you a bunch of times the Yankees hit on relief pitching. It's just how it goes. So when they get rid of a guy who's dicing in the bullpen, it's like kind of annoying. This guy's been pretty good this year. Blanking on his name. But yeah, Tim LeCastro, fastest guy in baseball. He had 22 hit by pitches in 2019. He's just an interesting ball player. I mean, not too much more to say about him. He's really fast, and if he's really fast, he's going to catch a fly ball, in my opinion. If he can get to the spot, he can catch it, and he's going to steal bases. I'm pretty sure he had a record for most consecutive stolen bases to begin his career. He had 28 stolen bases and didn't get caught once, and that was major league record. So that's
crazy.
But yeah, Tim LeCastro, we had him originally. In I believe the 2019 spring training. It was like one of our first moves, and we just let him go. I don't know why we let him go. I don't know how we let him go, but we just kind of just let him go, and he turned into a solid player for Arizona, and he's back. So, I mean, I'm still waiting for Estevan Florial to get called up. This guy he might not be hitting at AAA, but I really don't care. Like, I know he has the potential to, play Yankee Stadium, and with that lefty bat, maybe he can become one of those he was born to play in Yankee Stadium, guys. Who you just see it. And I mean, I just don't know what they're waiting for. They have all the opportunity to call him up. Nothing's
what they're doing at all with the like they
Right.
just sent Wade down. Like I get it, yeah, but to call up Tim LaCastro, it's literally the same thing.
I mean, I'm fine with Timmy Lowe, but I mean,
What does that do?
yeah,
You know, they're not doing anything that moves the needle. They're just switching out names, hoping something works.
yeah, Clint Frazier going on the IL, I guess, opened another spot. So I don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
I just think what's his face up.
I don't know what
Against them on.
Clint might be done in a Yankee uniform.
I mean, he might have to be. I'm
He's
done. I'm done.
Maybe that can go into a package. We'll talk about later. The Frazier Reynolds, get some young ceiling. Maybe, I don't know. He
Yeah,
doesn't even have any value. I don't know. I wouldn't.
he really doesn't. He really played himself out of
value. Out of a country, or out of not country contract.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's set to make some money in the next couple of years. Just isn't going to happen now.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna have to hold back on his shoe game for a little bit because he's not.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to sell those at this rate.
So I was at the Yankee game, that one Yankee game. They did this like segment on the big board. I tweeted this.
Oh yeah.
And they were talking. It was like, what shows have you binge watched? And Clint Frazier named like 9 shows that he binge watched over the offseason. It's like buddy,
we can tell.
Like, go take some batting practice. Like, you're clearly not, acclimated to any sort of pitching. So I don't know what you got going on at home. You're probably too busy worrying about your shoes, what show to watch next. But bro, you play for the New York Yankees. You literally had the word of trust, or however you phrase that, from Aaron Boone that you were going to be the starting left fielder. There was no more. I don't know if you had any more chip on your shoulder. Maybe that's what it is. But like, come on, I know this guy has what it takes. But
we didn't sign Brantley or Schwarber because of him.
I hate that. That makes me
so
angry.
Because they're both doing so good. Even though Schwarber did get hurt.
But he did get hurt, but he hit like 30
home runs.
I think it was 15 home runs in 17 days or 17 games.
That's crazy.
That just wins you games. Like, single-handedly wins you baseball games. Maybe not for this team. They'd probably all be solo home runs. We're the best team in baseball with no guys on.
Nope.
Runners in base. So, moving on. I mean, you thought that performance against Ohtani was gonna, key into what maybe had going for us at the dish, but it really didn't. We scored 3 runs against the Mets in our first game. Sure, we were facing Walker, and Walker's been really good this year, but I mean, yeah, we couldn't really get the bats going at all. Monty was all right. I don't think he didn't get to the 5th inning. He got pulled. Bullpen. I mean, they had a bunch of bloop singles. I'm not gonna give them the benefit of the doubt anymore. Like, they hit bloop singles. They found holes. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like sometimes that's what gets it done. It sucks for Monty that they were all soft contact, but
what happened to him against his in the Red Sox start, the last Red Sox start? I'm not sure if you watched that, or maybe it was a couple starts ago. He had
no idea. Yeah,
he gave up 5 infield base hits. Like, I mean, the guy's just gonna get soft contact, and I like that. Like, Monty is our number 3 or 4, and there's no debating it. So, I mean, I'm fine with Monty. I don't have any problems with Jordan Montgomery at all. Like, if anything, he's fine.
Nah, he's nothing against Monty. We're just not a very good team. And game 1 was such a
it was just like a whatever kind of game.
Yeah, like you look up, you're down 8-0. Justin Wilson. I mean, he needs to never pitch for us again. I don't know how much we're paying him or what his contract is. I don't really care. Literally cut him. Like, it's done.
I
It,
don't see a
done.
reason to have him anymore.
It's done. I don't know what we're doing with him on the team. And then we roll into game 2, and our white whale, Garrett Cole, lays another stinker in the 7-inning game. Where when you think about it, he should just pitch a complete game every time. In a 7-inning game,
He did that last year.
he didn't even make it halfway through the game. 3 in the third, 4 runs. We got him to lead 4-1.
And he just gave it right back. Like
When we gave
this guy? This guy is not Garrett Cole. He's Garrett Cole. He's Pittsburgh Garrett Cole. He's not Houston Garrett Cole. Because when he went to Houston, what was he doing? He was using something. And why do you think he made that jump? Why do you think Justin Verlander made that jump? Why do you think Charlie Morton made that jump? Why are all these guys pitching so well? Trevor Bauer had it all figured out. He thought something was going on. I'm not going to speak good upon Trevor Bauer. I don't know why.
Did he have it figured out?
He doesn't have.
He had some other. He had some other things not figured out.
He has to, but like he said something a while back about like how's this going on? All the spin rate and stuff. Garrett Cole is not our $330 million pitcher. If he can pitch to a 3.3 ERA, I mean, Roger Clemens had some 3.3 ERA years with the Yankees. I'll take 3.3 now, but he's not a 2.8 guy anymore. He's not a 2.7 guy anymore. You're not going to get that. He'll eat innings. Well, he didn't eat innings this start, but he'll get you through some of the game, but he's just not as good. And he doesn't even throw his breaking ball anymore. He just goes fastball, changeup. Like, where is the breaking ball? It's because he probably can't grip it. Maybe they make a modification to the rosin and the sunscreen next season, going into next year. But if not,
I feel like I think he knows this season's a wash, and he's not like, if he throws his breaking ball with nothing on his hand, like, he'll tear his UCL. Like, he'll just blow out his arm,
or he'll just throw it like 10 feet up behind the batter.
He's laboring through this year and is going to rework it for next year. I'm not really panicked, like, oh, he's not good. But it's just everything's bad at the same time. And I can't. We're not in a position to deal with a Garrett Cole funk right now. And I think if the team was in a better spot, he would rise to the occasion. But what's the point in risking your future in your arm with this new grip, these new grips he has to do when we're 10 games out of first?
10
in the first week of July.
Yeah.
Not even like September 8th and we're 10 games out and the season's over. Not even halfway through the year.
We'll be lucky to get there.
We started talking about the trade deadline 5 weeks before the deadline and went from buyers to sellers in like 10 days.
We had a couple weeks where I was feeling good.
I think we were
Sox week where we swept.
Yeah, the White Sox week was excellent.
When we beat the Rangers, Kluber's no, like that was like the high point. Like, this year is so weird. We literally had a no-hitter, 3 triple plays, 2 immaculate innings, which we'll touch on later. It's like, and this team's in 4th place. We've literally caught every single. We haven't caught every single break because that is not true. We don't catch any breaks, but 3 triple plays. I mean, it's won us what, each game? Have we won each? Yeah, we won every game that we've turned triple play. We've won. So like, you have those kind of games. You get out of an inning with 1 pitch. It just felt like this year was right, and it's just not. And I don't really know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. Like, these guys are – it's like Gleyber Torres. Like, what happened? Like, what happened to you? Like, you were easily one of my favorite players. You were establishing yourself as one of the elite shortstops, maybe not defensively, but elite power hitters in the game. And you have 6 home runs in the last 2 seasons. Like, there's no other way to put that. Go up to Gary Sanchez and be like, how did you get out of your funk? And he's just going to tell you to shorten your leg kick, bro. Like, cut down your leg kick and do your thing. And stop worrying about, like, bringing up your leg. You look like El Duque. Like, literally just modify your swing, catch up to the fastball, and adjust to the breaking ball. And I know it's not that simple, but try something. Just try it because it might work. Hit home runs. You see Willie Adames has been cooking for the Brewers?
Yeah, I picked him up on fantasy.
Of course he did.
I dropped Glaber for him. Actually, funny you say that. I swear to God. I'm done. I can't.
He's hitting
I can't do it anymore.
home runs. He's almost tripled Glaber's home runs in like 150 at bats. It's like this guy wasn't producing for the Rays, and he goes to the Brewers, and he's kicking you know what. Like why is Willie Adames playing better than Gleyber Torres? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I can name some bums that have more home runs than Gleyber Torres right now. Clint Frazier might. Nah, he probably doesn't. But it just sucks. It just sucks.
It does. It does. And you knew this. It was over once Cole blew it, but we got the lead back, and then in comes Chappie. How much combined $50 million of our payroll single-handedly tanked this game?
Shout out to Loizaga, though. He went like 2.
He's gross. He's so good. He should be our closer.
Bro, he should be an all-star, bro. Like, literally, Aroldis Chapman, here's your all-star invitation. Oh, thank you. I will take this and hand it to Jonathan Loizaga because I stink. Chapman stinks. I'm done with him. He stinks. You want me to pull up the quote from his Instagram?
No, I don't want to hear you read that again. I don't want to hear you read.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
You got to give him the Spanish too, then, if you're gonna read it.
Okay, I'll give him the Spanish. All right, for all of my Spanish listeners. For all of those that criticizes my bad moments, I will tell them that I do not know how my story ends, but it's in its pages you will never read. I gave up. So I will move on. I still have many wars to win and many mouths to shut up. Here's my Spanish. Para todos esas personas que me critican mi mal momento, les diré que no sé cómo va a terminar mi historia, pero en sus páginas nunca leerás. Me di por vencidos. Así que seguiré adelante. Aún me faltan muchas guerras que ganar y muchas bocas que callar.
Atta boy. It's good for.
Yeah. But good. I mean, I what's going on with him? Like, was he using spider tack? His fastball's down 100 RPMs, over 100 RPMs. Like, I thought he had a finger injury that was, stopping him. But like, dude, remember that split finger that everyone was whiffing? Where did that go? I don't think he's thrown it in like 2.5 months. Like, where to go, Aroldis? Luke Voigt comments, my closer. CC comments, keep going, cuz we with you. You got pretty much everybody commenting on the Yankees.
Luke Voigt, he does a little too much with the whole, like, they all act like they've, like, won 10 World Series. You see just so much entitlement. Like, I know Luke Voigt's, like, one of the best leaders, clubhouse guys, but I feel like they all get to this point, like Judge did, he did, maybe Gleyber a little bit, where they walk around like they've won so much.
Or they're playing really well. I mean,
or they're really balling out. That's what I'm saying. Judge is quiet and he's doing this. But I'm saying, like, I just hear too much noise from quiet until he had a closed door players meeting, and then that didn't do anything. I just think they talk too much when things aren't going good, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't need to hear from Luke Voigt now, calling him my closer after he's blown like 4 games in the last couple of weeks. It's just not. They don't have feel for it. I feel like.
Like, why are you commenting this on Instagram?
Nobody wants to see that. That's what I'm saying. No one wants to see that.
Just go up to him in person and be like,
yeah, we got your back. I don't need to see that advertised everywhere because He sucks right now. That's just gonna make me mad.
And that's another thing. We go to Chapman. We get 1 out in the 6th with Green. And I know what happens later on that day, but you got to have this mindset. Chad Green just threw 1 batter. Aroldis Chapman's been in a funk. Every closer gets in a funk. But what Chapman's in right now is a little more than a funk. It's really just being inept right now, and he needs to shake it off. But right now, he can't. So you stick with Green because you know he's going to throw strikes. Sure, there's always the chance that he gives up a home run ball. You have Conforto and McNeil also coming up behind Alonso. I mean, just have Green. It's pitch to 7. I know Chapman's your closer, and I know it's a save situation, but it's a 7-inning game. You got another game later on, and who's pitching for the Mets? Corey Oswalt's pitching the second game. So you got to think about, we're probably going to have a lead. If I'm confident in the team, we're probably going to have a lead later. So let's stick with Green here and just see what he has. I know Chapman's a closer. I know it's a safe situation, but give him some time. Put him in a meaningless game. Don't keep putting him in 1-run games because he's not going to figure it out that way. You need to put him in a low leverage situation because that's what guys do. When guys are in a funk, you need to put them in low leverage so they can figure it out. And they have wiggle room in low leverage. A 1-run game, there is little wiggle room in a 1-run game. And you saw it. Just hung a slider and Pete just destroyed it. So, I mean, just seeing that and seeing how loud Yankees
so frustrating.
It's so frustrating. Tank in his post games.
I love it.
I hate that guy.
Oh, Frank the Tank.
Just seeing Frank the Tank just
dominate Yankee Stadium. He was walking around like he's George Steinbrenner out of the grave. They just
Steinbrenner. Speaking of George Steinbrenner, he's rolling in his grave.
He's
been
been rolled.
Everybody like 3 weeks ago.
He's been rolled. This one never. Then game 2, game 3, we hit Gio hit a home run. Gio's been good. Nestor was fun.
Nestor's always fun. Nestor's a beast. He's lefty.
Love him. But and then we were up 4-2 and Green came in and slammed the door 3 innings in an immaculate inning in the last inning. And that just shows you we have 2 guys, him and Loaisiga, that are both capable late inning relievers, and we're paying 2 other relievers on our team a combined $31 million. And one sucks and one's hurt. It just shows we're not putting our money in the right places when we have 2 guys like that who can perform in late inning situations, and we have nothing else. Like that $30 million is like 3 high impact players, maybe 2. I'll give him 2. 2 high impact players that we could have, whether in this
$16 million.
Huh?
Michael Brantley makes $16 million. Nelson Cruz makes $13 million.
That's what I'm saying. Like 2 high impact bats. Schwarber's probably 11, 14
contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 or 3 high impact players in the lineup or in the starting rotation, and we just wasted it. It's not a good constructed team, and one of the main problems we've been talking about is how unathletic they are. And you've been all over Ryan Reynolds. That's your guy. But yeah, him and Adam Frazier, you brought up. We were talking about what do we got to package to get those guys? Couple athletic bats that slide right into our lineup. What do we got to do? High average hitters. We need something like that. Glaber sucks. Our corner outfielders, not corner, like left field. We're getting no production out of left field or center field. We just need outfielders. Yeah. What do we got to do to get these guys?
Here's how I think about this. And before we go right into it, my dad was telling me that he was listening to the broadcast, and they were saying that the prognosticators say to get the second wild card spot, you need 89 wins, 89, and the Yankees would have to play 15 games over 500 for the rest of the year. Ain't
To
gonna
get
happen.
to 80, to get to 89 wins.
9 wins, which is pathetic. It's just it's just pathetic. But I mean, there still is, maybe if a spark's brought in, you play over 15. Like this team can play over 15 games over 500 if you really think about it. But the way they're looking right now, they're definitely not. And I'm not going to give them any more optimism because I've already wasted it. It's all gone. It's gone for a while. But so you get to the trade. The Yankees don't want to call up Estevan Florial, so let's just trade him. Just throw in Florial. And then they were saying in the pregame that the success, I forget the word, but the evaluator said that in order for the Yankees to just mix things up, they should throw Stanton out in left, DH Luke Voit, move LeMahieu to first, move Gleyber to second, and figure out a shortstop or just play Tyler Wade there. I don't want to play Tyler Wade there. No, thank you. So here's what I'm thinking. Stanton, you have to go play left field, bro. You gotta. I don't care what the season's like right now. Go play left field. Figure it out. Luke Voit, DH. LeMahieu, first base. And then you slide Adam Frazier in second at second, and you got Brian Reynolds in center field. You just added a lefty and a switch hitter, and if you get Aaron Hicks back next year, that's another switch hitter. So that means
that works. That's a big upgrade to our lineup.
You still probably need another switch bat. Am I forgetting someone? Am I forgetting a lefty? If we re-sign Gary, Voit, DJ, I mean, these guys are all righty. Gleyber, Judge.
So what's that? What are we gonna do with that?
I mean, I don't know. And then I'm hearing Jeff Passan saying maybe trade Aaron Judge, and that made me laugh. It's like it's gotten to the point where we're talking about trading Aaron Judge at the trade deadline. Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on?
Aaron Judge. Gotta do something.
We gotta do
Mackenzie Gore. I was texting my Padres friend. I'm gonna get a Mackenzie Gore jersey tonight because that's who we're getting for Judge.
I can't stand this. We got, and then so back to the trade. Florial, maybe a Medina, maybe a Gill. I was thinking maybe Luke Voit, and you would mess around the roster a little bit, but I don't think they're in a position to take Luke Voit. If it was like a team like Seattle that could add Luke Voit, and that would make them
help them. Yeah.
Like they have people to build around. The Pirates just have nobody to build around. They're going to trade Reynolds and Frazier. They really have nobody to build around. And that may be the worst baseball team of all time. Bad. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I know I'm a funny guy, but
no, of course.
Like, I'm not.
No,
I'm not. That is the worst baseball team.
They have Hayes and then those two, and that's it.
That's it. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I definitely think the Pirates would take more younger guys with a chance of being good pros than Voit.
I mean, I've heard the White Sox are very interested in Adam Frazier because they need a second baseman. Nick Madrigal hit the 60-day IL. Hope he's doing all right. But yeah, I mean, I just think a trade like that, you're not going to be selling the house on it. Like, sure, we could go for Ketel Marte. But I don't know. I'm not really on board with that right now because
it's just not. We're not one player away
anymore.
Not at
all. Chapman, maybe you send him to the Dodgers. Maybe that's what they do to try to take over that division. Maybe the Giants would want him. Maybe even the Padres. Maybe pair him with Melanson.
Get him out. Just get the money off the Bucks at this point. We got to get some flexibility.
Prospect. Just try to get.
We got to get some flexibility.
Someone promising and the money. Just give me the money and someone promising, and I'm okay with it. Chapman, I don't know, man. Yeah, I was so high, and I hate to be fluctuating with how high and low I am, but you're losing his games at this point, bro. It's very upsetting because what he has, and he was so dominant at the beginning of the season, and for it to look like this right now, I don't even.
It just kills me. it kills me to think about how if we were doing bad and he was still lights out, how high his value would be and how much we could get for it. Like, imagine.
I know. Like, we literally got Gleyber Torres for him in his
We
prime.
could have literally gotten the Padres shortstop prospect that I can't think of his name, but I can because it's Abrams. We could have gotten someone like him. And that changes our future. And now we can't. Now he's a salary dump. Insane.
Salary dump.
It really is insane.
He's given up 14 earned runs in his last 5 2/3. 14 and 5 2/3. That is so bad. His ERA is 22.74 in his last 9 games. His ERA before that was 0.39. 0.39.
So
I
bad.
didn't know there's no balance here. There's just dominant or crap.
Well, no, it's just
Crap.
spider tack or no spider tack.
But does Chapman really need it? He guy throws 102.
And
Like-
that splitter was definitely tacked up.
Do
I
you
don't know.
Do you need spider tack to throw a splitter though? I mean, you're just
He did.
between your fingers.
He did, I guess.
That's his
don't know.
slider though. His slider is so flat. It's so hittable. Anyone can hit that. Anyone can hit his slider. Jared Walsh hit his slider. Pete Alonso hit his slider. These guys are destroying it. It might be the spider tack. I haven't heard about his slider, but and then Jameson Taillon pitches tonight against the Mariners. This is a Sonny Gray kind of situation. You already lost the trade. Speaking of the Sonny Gray trade, I keep going back and forth. James Caprillion the other night went like 7 innings, 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, and an earned run against the Boston Red Sox. Like, of course. Yeah.
Against the Sox? I didn't even know that.
Destroyed them.
Are you kidding me?
So
I just almost wish you didn't tell me that. I would have not known.
I know that the Pirates are going to hit on one of those prospects we sent them. So next year it's going to be Jameson Taillon's either good or we're going to stick him in the bullpen for the whole season, and he's just an arm in the bullpen. And we're
drinking coffee in the bullpen.
I'm pretty sure he's a free agent at the end of the year, so maybe we'll trade him at the deadline. So
this year or next year?
Next year. I don't think he has any value this year.
No. What are they going to do? Jameson Taillon.
He's got to just fix himself. And maybe if he fixes himself, maybe he'll be good next year. I don't know. Maybe if he can go back to that old Pirates, Jameson Taillon. Just a thought. But I don't.
I mean, yeah, like I hope, but that's like we had the same thoughts about Sonny Gray.
Yeah. I thought Sonny Gray had a chance. But
at least Sonny Gray, we could blame it on Larry Rothschild because that guy was an idiot.
Yeah.
Now there's
I don't
nothing.
Idiot, but you know.
I mean, he kind of
pitching coach, but yeah, he didn't let him use any analytics. He wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing?
He's very old-fashioned. Some guys are.
Yeah.
Analytics nowadays, and we play it fully. So you're just a bad day. I don't really know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do
you think there's a way we next year? Because Frazier.
Yeah, because if we get Frazier, Reynolds, and move money around and then sign someone, then yeah.
Frazier's going in. He's 29. He's going into his age 30 season in 2022. It's his last year of arbitration. So he'd be a free agent in 23. I don't think he'd be too expensive, but considering the White Sox are making a playoff push, they're probably
we'd have to
outdo the Yankees there. And then you got Brian Reynolds, who hasn't even hit his first year of arbitration. He's a free agent in 2026. So that's where the value comes from, just the control. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not going to take guys that are like in the middle of arbitration because they got a guy right here who's
in the beginning.
And by
It's gross.
And by 2026, maybe the Pirates are, relevant. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe if they hit on a couple prospects and make a couple trades, but they probably want to have that, lying around. So I just think that's the move. Free agency doesn't look too good. I think they got to bring back Gary. I think they have to.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other option. Their hands are tied. They have to pay him what he wants, which is just going to hurt even more.
the thing is about Gary is how he talks about getting booed all the time. Yeah, Gary's like, "Oh, boo me when I'm, but you cheer me when I play good, but it'd be nice if you, cheered me when I wasn't." Like this is New York, bro. If you can't accept that people are gonna boo you, you got to go elsewhere. So that's kind of how I think he's going to want more money than the Yankees are willing to pay him, and he won't have any problem going to a different team, like a team like Oakland, or I don't mean a team like Oakland. They have a catcher, but I'm talking about a team in a small market ready to win.
Yeah.
So
No, I don't. I didn't. My mom just opened the door and just looked at me for like a minute. I was just like, "What are you gonna do?" So I missed that whole thing. But I mean, yeah, Gary just.
I just know I'm saying like Gary's, he's a guy that
Gotta get thicker skin.
he's got to get thicker skin. And I don't know if he's gonna get that in New York, so he might have to go elsewhere to a market where it's small, but they're ready to go, and we're not. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
see. All-star selections, judges starting in right. Garrett Cole is in the All-Star game. I don't know. And Aroldis Chapman and his 4.71 ERA is also in the All-Star game. So it's just a big hoopla on the All-Star game.
Are you gonna watch?
I'll probably watch the first few innings. I just want the American League to win. I always root for the American League. I don't like the National League. Never have, never will. So yeah, I'll probably like to watch like an Acuna at bat, Tatis at bat, just the guys I like watching. But I'm done on the Yankees. Just bring back Masahiro Tanaka. That's how I'm with this
trade deadline.
Trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it. I don't know.
Great Giants for Masahiro Tanaka or whatever. Recruiting Golden Eagles. Bring him back. We'll send him Tyler Wade, Aroldis Chapman, and let's trade back for Mike Ford and send him too.
Beautiful. Love it. Yeah, I mean, they got to make some moves. The trade deadline in the offseason. If they just stand pat, then we're just going to be mediocre again.
Yep.
There is really no other way to say. Like, we can beat around all we want, talk different scenarios, but if they don't do anything, then we're just going to be how we are.
Yep. And I think that calls. We got a West Coast trip, of course. We got to go play the red hot Seattle Mariners, like the hottest team. Shed Long. He's about to hit like 8 home runs against us, bro. This guy, I don't know if you saw his pimp. I don't have a bat, with me right now.
Yeah.
I know everyone loves the impressions, but
yeah,
he had a home run down the line. He like took like 3 steps back, stood in the right-hander's batter's box, and just watched it fly.
What a goat!
It was sick.
We get him. What's he looking like? What's his contract? Let's get him.
Let's get Shed. Let's get Shed. Shed to the.
I would get a jersey. He says Chad on the back with his number. I would get that.
Oh man, yeah. So we gotta go play the Mariners, and we gotta go play the Houston Astros. We'll probably get swept and embarrassed. But at this point, is beating the Yankees really that satisfying? Probably to some people, but to me right now, the way I care, my dedication to the team right now is at an all-time low. Like I don't know what to say.
Well, they're just not giving us anything to work with. So why would we put all the effort or like emotion into it when we're not getting it back?
Like I'm using a Yankee coaster. I'm using a coaster. Like, come on. And I just can't push through it right now. I can't.
It's impossible. We're limping to the break. I still am really excited for the trade deadline.
Me too.
I just want some things to get shaken up.
Trade deadline live stream coming your guys' way if everything goes.
Go yeah.
And yeah, I mean that's the episode.
There's nothing else to even really say. We've
faced Justice Sheffield tonight.
Oh God, Justice Sheffield. We better pounce on him.
I hope.
10:05, 10:10 p.m. start. How much are you watching?
Probably like the 3rd inning, and I'm out. I don't know. We'll see. I might end up watching the whole thing. Who knows? We'll see. But
probably watching the whole thing still on that West Coast time a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Back in the day.
I don't know. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right.
Moving in tomorrow
Yeah.
to the house.
Let's go. Big
Excited.
time. So
Yes, sir.
that caps off the 12th episode. Follow Monument Park, Twitter, Instagram. Check out the YouTube. Leave a 5-star on Apple Podcast, and we will see you next week.
Yup. See you next week. Hopefully, things are different. Honestly, no. I don't know what I hope for. What do you like? 7-0 week, 6-0 week. Like even that, we're still not.
0-7. We're calling it a week. Goodbye.
All right, we'll probably meet somewhere in the middle. We'll see you later.
See you.